one of the more cheesy combos.
Don't bring the Kunkka Tinker into North American.
No.
It was the funniest thing though. It's just Mott was kind of sick, so Odie Pix was like, yeah, I'll cast with Grant. I'll do a North American game, and it was a Team Freedom game, and it was first pick for the other team. I don't even know who it was. They picked a hero, and then instantly Tinker Kunkka and like Wepis was observing for us, and he's played NEL, and he starts laughing. I start laughing, and Owen's like, what? These are pretty fun picks. This is gonna be a fun game. I'm like, if Kunkka gets over level 7, I'll give you $50. And Juby hit level 7 and sat in base, and it was a 60-minute game with him being at level 7, just pulling back the Tinker, and I was like, this is.
Yeah. And then Owen learned this is not a fun.
This is NA Dota. This is Juby. Yeah, this. Oh, thank goodness. That was the funniest part. Team Freedom, if they won that game, they would have been in the 4-man playoff bracket, and they chose to pick Kunkka Tinker. I don't know what's on Ike's Mike's head. That's probably why he's not here right now, but Weaver.
Weaver, very good counter.
This is really good right now.
This is like a classic. Like that goes back so far. Weaver versus Lifestealer.
And it's super good versus AA because his ult is health, or it's the one that makes it so you get health back, right? Yeah.
It's
both, not health swapper.
Both Thunder as well as time lapse. Not sure if there's any other abilities you can gain health through Ice Blast.
Yeah, Yeah, I like Digital Chaos strat. I think compLexity is more vanilla-ish.
Yes.
And Digital Chaos has a Timbersaw Kunkka Weaver, so probably see an offlaner, I assume, from. Well, do you think there might be a chance of a compLexity tri-lane, aggressive tri-lane with AA? Anytime I see an AA, I see. You don't think so? With a Lifestealer?
I think they just stick with what they know, the Earth Spirit Darkseer combo.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like part of the problem is Digital Chaos pick up this like Vengeful Spirit Kunkka, and that's like the one question mark, because if it was just a Darkseer, Kunkka is really effective at that point, right? Because it's like a disruptor versus Darkseer. You have some really good control over him. You can threaten him in lane, but it's going to be Earth Spirit Darkseer, which is obviously a really powerful aggro dual lane. I still don't think they can beat a lane with Weaver in it, though. The Weaver like tips this game so heavily in your face. He's like a Lifestealer or a Slark. He's like one of those killing characters.
He
right?
is. Like you can build him either. You could do Midas in the super late game, or you could see like Aquila. I think we saw Aquila earn yesterday on a Weaver in our game. Wow. I think he actually won too. It might have been DC, but yeah, that's definitely one.
We had the old medallion build.
That one. Boba loved doing that one. I know that.
So I like DC's draft a lot more. The Invoker ban. Are they afraid?
See,
of,
I don't know if the
Invoker
Invoker ban
aggro
is
tri-lane from Digital Chaos. And Timbersaw safe against Darkseer.
It's possible.
Weaver, Kunkka, Vengeful
That's just a really weird ban from Invoker. I mean, Invoker can go safe lane and then like that. But...
Yeah. Okay, no.
It's gonna be middle timber off lane bat. Yeah, Moo's definitely the Batrider player. I have not seen anyone play Batrider besides him on this team. No. So who do you at least you baited out there? They had to pick their middle first. Now you get something to counter Batrider. What do you get?
10 seconds remaining.
Also, I do want to
facing Timbersaw, so you can get a little greedy, but the Juggernaut is typically the hero that you would go for, and that's banned. Invoker would have been good for. We'll get an okay for them.
Yeah, get Smash probably. Yeah.
PL, I kind of like that. It's not very good versus Timbersaw because reactive armor, but later on you have Diffusal Blade.
Yeah.
I think you need more of a controlling hero. I don't know, it's rough. I think compLexity are in a really bad place.
They back themselves in a corner with the single core Lifestealer into last pick middle,
Yeah, they need a scaling hero, but at the same time, you also need control because you're facing Weaver and Batrider, and you need to shut down Timbersaw.
Yeah, I think we're just agreeing DC's draft looks a little bit. Well, hey, we were just talking about a Zeus pick. Wow, apparently maybe he should be casting, but a Zeus. So they are going single core though, single like late game core with a Lifestealer versus a Weaver Timbersaw.
Yeah, this is terrible.
I think it's gonna be rough. I think compLexity really they have to like win 2 of their 3 lanes and then but they don't even have a pushing lineup. Like, what do they do after they win? I just noticed. Like
that's why I said this is terrible because
they
don't have better late game and they don't have push. So all they have, and that is compLexity's biggest like pro. That's their biggest strength as a team is the fact that they do know how to fight. They do know how to 5-man a lot, and this team will use that strength quite a bit. This is very much a fighting lineup. and needs to fight as much as possible. But I think Digital Chaos have a huge
5
strategical
seconds
advantage in
remaining.
this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, Chessie is gonna have to have that like Echo Saber, Phase Boots, Deso by like 15 minutes. The only way they even kill towers. Okay, team with most kills at game, man. I mean, I think DC.
Prepare
Yeah,
for
well,
battle.
this is pretty much like half the predictions are like, which team do you think is going to
Is
win?
gonna win and then pick it.
Yeah.
Well, Void Boys, we picked the Pat Soul, and we were right on that one.
That's true. That's true.
Not just because he's such a talented player from NA, but player with most last hits. This
Oh,
has to-
you missed me at Charlie's cast of Pat
Oh
Soul.
boy, did you guys praise
He had
him?
a free farming lane of
Yeah.
Juggernaut, and he was missing so much CS for the first
come
5
on.
minutes.
It's because maybe he didn't feel my presence. I think actually Limp
Feels
could
your
be.
presence.
I feel Limp could almost win this, even though. No?
Who
are you thinking? A Zeus? No, because you might see someone go to the jungle. I don't know.
I think I'm just gonna stick with the resolution.
First
carry.
Roshan kill. I don't even see how complexity takes a Roshan.
I mean, they have a terrible Roshan team,
Yeah.
but they're dire and they're the more aggressive team.
Yeah.
So I think so. I think they're terrible at doing Roshan, but I think like that's their best time, right? Is like
30
20,
seconds
25
to
minutes.
battle.
That's when they're
Yeah.
strongest. So I think they might get the space to do it.
Yeah, and it looks like we might have a contest top lane from Radiant, but complexity's 5 minutes. Yeah, he rolls down. So just gonna be simple rune for rune
At least the predictions give us something to do while we wait for the.
for the beginning. Yeah,
I
it's like-
didn't like it at first.
It's like, yeah, the only thing I dislike now about it is how they keep popping up, and some of them they don't even change. It's like FDL past FDL for the moment. I'm like, wait, what?
Begins.
Yeah. You're just watching. Oh, X hero now has the most damage. No, now this hero has the most damage. Is they're just
And it's
trading,
just trade- yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Okay, so let's see who has a better block here. Which the off lane Swindle Darkseer or the support Soxa for his mid laner. We'll see who didn't let their team down.
He didn't go Iron Talon first. He actually went.
He didn't,
Stout Shield.
but he went Quelling Blade, which
Yeah.
is a good sign. I don't think he's even been doing that lately.
Yeah. So at least he is planning on jungling, obviously. But
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. I would have figured. I'm sure he knows. So this means that Stout Shield, this build is more efficient. But
How do you,
I would have assumed that Iron Talon would have been more.
yeah,
efficient.
how do you quantify the Zeus pick? He knew he was gonna go up a Timbersaw now, and he knew the Timbersaw would know to get a stick. Like, is he just trying to farm from afar and just get a quick veil so he can help his team, or I mean, what does he provide?
I mean, to be honest, I was racking my brain for
yeah.
any hero pick that would have worked for them.
That's true.
Because I think they needed if you're complexity, you needed a tempo controller. If this was another team, you could try and go for the carry mids and not have a single core lifestealer.
Yeah. It would have
Yeah.
Timber shuts down like a lot of those heroes strangely, or they just can't deal with them. And I guess at least Zeus farm. Like, Zeus will never really lose a lane. He just never wins it. He'll always find farm, no matter what it takes, which is nice, I guess.
It's funny, I think the Invoker ban from complexity screwed them because Invoker.
Oh, top lane. Oh, we have Moo. Moo looks like he might be getting the first blood, but oh, he just now got up his E. Is he gonna use it on himself and Z Freak? No, they're just gonna run. Okay. I think if he waited 1 or 2 more seconds, Chilling Touch would have been up, and that's a first blood. That's a lot of damage. But-
Yeah, or I don't know. Do you think it's better to have Chilling Touch or Cold Feet with 2 different slows
Oh,
available?
they're going back in again. He hits it, and this time they have the Chilling Touch. He should look at how slow he attacks, but he should still be dead.
He buys his TPs preemptively because he knows he's dead.
I actually don't like that. They might give Chessie the kill, but
God,
what
he
the
missed the
hell?
first blood.
No, I was there. I swear to God, I was.
Oh wow! Because they
That's
didn't kill
why.
him fast
That's actually
enough.
sick. Yeah, that is. All right, Moo, you may have died in lane, but you didn't give up the first blood. Yeah, look at that. And that's a 200 gold difference for that first blood this thing killing. Well, that hurts. So your Zeus, the hero we said didn't lose a lane, has lost his lane. That's rough. I assume it was a smoke gang. I don't. Well,
How does a Zeus possibly deal with Kunkka boots?
I really don't know. That's
Like he's faster than you. He's got the range of X marks the spot.
I think when that gets level 2, it's gonna be literally impossible for him to do anything. So, a kill. Wait, what? Someone else died? What is it? Oh, they killed Moo again.
Wait,
I
what?
didn't see it.
He went back to lane and died immediately.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy, I am looking like Wepis right now. Or is Wepis good? Just kidding, Wepis is a very good observer.
Weapons is better than Script.
Ooh. Don't even get Pimp Muckle started on this one, though. Don't get all these irrelevant people who watch Dota but don't know anything about it. I'm just kidding. They're great people. And Web is actually, what,
Actually,
like 5.5k?
our observers
Observer.
are better at Dota than some of our casters.
Yes.
In fact, most of our casters,
Yes.
I'm going to say.
Weaver, I don't know. Weaver's gonna get Aquila. He can go treads or phase if he wants early damage, doesn't have to, but we see at next marks he should just... No, he probably gonna go down to Z. Yeah, Z-Freak's gonna get him, but Misery's here trying to say might go for a block at all. No. No surge up. He does have rolling boulder. Oh. Nice. That was nice. Z-Freak, definitely one of their very, very good players.
Yeah, I like how he didn't try and throw the boulder on like exactly where the Kunkka was. He just went like down the middle of that lane. Even if he doesn't hit the boulder, he at least closes the distance, and he could just let the Ion Shell do the work from there.
I'm really surprised. I wonder why he tried to run bottom right, where there is kind of a choke point instead of just going straight to his jungle.
Yeah, or at the very least, like Ben sticks with him and blocks the roll.
I like that. He gave Zeus gave Earth Spirit his empty bottle, so he could just use the invis. And now Zeus has a full bottle, but now they have an Invis Z-Freak behind him, and I don't think he can't kill Weehaw, though. They can't kill him. Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. He could be looking for Moo, and he might have just been 2 seconds too early, because look at who's coming here. Oh, he's gonna stay. Yes.
They get the aggressive vision up. I think that's actually really important.
Oh, but Blue's here. Yeah. Well, Z-Freak just sees Moo, and Misery's here though, but Z-Freak will just run away. Smart. Middle lane, we have about 4 heroes from the Radiant, surprisingly.
Radiant's top tower is
oh look,
under attack.
the 2 carries are trading the most last hits. What a surprise.
We just have to wait for one of them to miss once. Yeah, he is gonna go Treads. I love Treads Aquila Reaver. Like you said, like he is such a force late game, but like his mid game is extremely good. Level 7, his invis is so much damage, and the cooldown is insane.
Yeah, especially with we've seen people as Swarm has gotten buffed up. We've seen people actually put priority in that, and that also is a huge force for the mid game.
I was told, I can't agree or disagree because I haven't tried myself, but Beat has told me Weaver's level 1 Q is the best rune fighting ability in the game. And it kind of makes sense. But I'm not sure if it's true or not.
Yeah, I wouldn't say best, but I think it's probably up there in like top 10.
Yeah. I love when players do this. Z-Freak doesn't give away he's here. He's just leeching experience. I feel a lot of players don't realize, they don't look at their experience bar when creeps die, and they don't realize they're getting half. It's actually like, you can kind of tell when teams do, but bottom lane, Swindle is dead.
Phrase that we may be repeating many.
Ooh, nice. Gets his level 6, gets out of there. He has a health potion and a clarity, so he just needs to get away from the tower and he can just health pot up. It's big. And the thing is, these kills have actually been, they've killed a middle and an offlaner for DC, and all compLexity has killed is Moo twice at level 1. Like, level 1 kills don't really mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, he's still significantly behind Swindles.
Oh, okay, gets out of there. Didn't want to overcommit, smart.
Weehaw, I mean, you're in a winning lane, right? You don't take unnecessary risks.
Exactly. Unless you're one of the, I think, like, a real crazy player.
Yeah.
Like Sumail. Sumail might have gone for that and died, and it would have been worth it, but he's like, whatever.
Yeah. Like, Sumail can seemingly, like, those kind of plays because he'll...
Oh, whoa. They're trying to steal this back top. That's huge. But... no. He fire flew down first instead of going through the middle to do damage. That's interesting. Well. Yeah, Moo's making a lot of space. There. Yeah, Limp's running top too. Moo's here. Whoa, he won't die, I don't believe, but
nah, he doesn't have enough mana.
Yeah.
He'd have to like TP back to base and try and go for the Thunder God's Wrath from there.
Yeah. Huh. Well, last hits. I mean, Weaver and Nags both at the top. That's fine. Nags just got a lot of gold from infesting and killing those big creeps. Timber and Zeus are pretty much even. I mean, it's a pretty even game right now. Maybe Swindle getting a little bit more from jungling than Moo. That's about it.
Yeah, I would say the biggest problem for compLexity is transitioning Zeus into like the actual fighting mid-game dominator that he can be. And then the biggest problem for Digital Chaos is getting Moo some farm.
Oh, Weehaw's looking at some but doesn't go for it.
I think Weehaw's really progressed as a player. Like, he doesn't take those kind of YOLO plays anymore. Maybe that was his time on Secret, that he learned just to be a little bit more patient. But I think that's something you could really tell, like, impatient mid players, they throw away their advantage. And that's something you can't afford to do anymore.
I feel like that's where Envy plays well, because he is a super defensive player and like that. And I wonder if that, like, what if Sumail teamed with Eternal Envy? I wonder what, like, how that would work out. Like, Sumail's like, yeah, oh, middle, no. Rolling boulder miss. Whoa, what the heck have I done?
We should be able to get.
They're trying. He's silent. No.
Oh.
Who do you act? Oh, that's super nice, but wow.
If they had Thunder God's Wrath up, they might have been able to get that kill, but
that's Timbersaw for you, and he has his bottle and 13 charge stick. That's the worst thing. Like, a Timbersaw magic damage is good, but with a Zeus, you're giving so many magic stick charges, it almost like it's near impossible to kill on him.
Yeah.
X back.
Away.
Alright.
Yeah, they're not really, they didn't, like, cheese this Kunkka pick at all. They're just
playing straight up,
him, like, just effective, like, it's just pretty efficient. Like, everything they're doing. They're ganking mids. I mean, part of it was there was a really, easy hero to gank in mid lane, so Boots Kunkka is going to be rather effective there, but he's just moving around the map, feeling his impact. They're not worrying about levels too much because they know they're winning at least 2 of their cores lanes, the Timbersaw and obviously the Weaver is free farming. And all they have to do is make sure that Mu is able to use his jungle, which if the supports are causing a lot of like focus on mid and top lane with their rotations, it means the supports of compLexity are never going to be able to rotate into the jungle like Z-Freak was able to do early on, but not anymore.
Yep, and we actually see a Weaver ganking middle, and he is taking a lot of damage from the Swarm. They might not be able to get him, though. Yeah, he just gets out. Smart play, no overcommit. DC is... I wouldn't say... They're a lot more passive. It's probably smarter in the long run. Not diving for kills like that, you never know what will happen, but... They can almost just rotate into pushing middle. Weaver's just gonna go like bottom, though. Okay. I don't think DC really has a timing, so they're fine with just doing this farming. I think they know Nyx is going to get farmed, they're going to try to 5-man.
Yeah.
And as long as they can just avoid that and counter it, they're fine doing anything.
Yeah, because they've got like really good defensive style heroes, right? Like Kunkka's actually very good at it. Weaver Swarm is okay. Timbersaw, one of the best tower and high ground defenders in the game. And then you've got Batrider, like one of the best pick-off heroes from a defensive position.
Yeah.
So they're good just to let compLexity do whatever they want, and eventually we're going to see compLexity try and push some tier 1s, and DC can kind of pick and choose their fights from there. They're not going to take every single fight, but I think there are opportunities based around whatever the Batrider sees an opportunity for a pick. Because they don't have a really good defensive style hero on compLexity to save someone from a Batrider.
Exactly. All they have is, they have like, literally, it's going to be Swindle when he gets his blink as their counter initiation with vacuum wall.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, that's one of those skills that can just turn a fight, but if you're counting on that to stop a Batrider, then yeah, you're in a little bit of trouble.
You're always going to be fighting into Digital Chaos's battlefield that they've set up, essentially. Yep.
And so far, 1 tower down. I mean, of course, the 1-lane Weaver, he can take down towers very quickly. I'm surprised he didn't just go a casual Blightstone. I think -2, just pushing towers when you have a better tower push team, but
yeah,
it's not that big of a difference.
I agree, and I think you're going to build Desolator anyway, so you might as well.
Yep.
I
don't know.
Oh, one of the really tough thing is I think Coco's Rum is really effective against Zeus and Lifestealer.
Yeah. This is gonna be
nice. This is very smart. I mean, there are like differing philosophies. Like there used to be.
Wow. And look at that. So DC just called him on that smoke gang. That was nice.
During the area of like TI5, it was always like rotate your carry out, and you would leave like a support in lane so it wasn't a completely dead lane. You would still pick up something off of it. But we're seeing this progression where it's like it's not even worth giving up your support for that. It's just like sometimes you'll see the support stick around there, but they'll always play really defensively, just solely getting like experience and maybe some last hits under tower, and they're always ready to TP out. And Stockset does it at the perfect time here.
Looks like they're trading maybe a top for a bottom. It's just Chesty here bottom. I'm surprised they haven't committed a little more. Maybe they're going to try to bait out TPs. They don't really want this tower. They just want Chesty to not be top. Yeah, here we go. Dyer's rotating down. I guess middle game, if you get a vacuum wall AA ult into Zeus, is maybe what they're looking at. Like, they just win a big team fight. Then all you really need is the Nyx to take a tower. But
they do have this. If they had an Invis hero, they actually would have this rather sick setup where they could have Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast into the Lifestealer ganks. So they could have this, like, say, Riki Lifestealer running around, Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast, and Zeus Ultimates could come in globally, and they could play this gank squad that guarantees gets kills and is still really efficient around the map with their movement. But they're gonna still try and do that. But I think DC, they don't necessarily split up against that, right? Because it's rather dangerous. I think you actually stay grouped up more, and you just play the initiation.
Wow, they're literally looking in there. Moose sees there's an iron shell on the creep coming out of the base. He knows Swindle's in their found. That's 2 good call-out ganks on each team for those smoke ganks bottom and then the one top. So
yeah,
shows. But Moo, I don't know about this one. Moo, maybe you guys should just commit top, but no, we're gonna have Naix rolling boulder bomb again. We'll see if he runs into him. Oh, they bolt uphill. They see him. Here we go. They're gonna go in. D-Freak's gonna go on to Mizers. They can pick him off early enough. They're gonna get him. Looks like he will go. They're gonna take Soxa on the backside. Timbersaw trying to do a little bit of damage, but Moo's just flying away. We see the boat come out. Gonna try to save him, but he is more than likely dead. Maybe to a neutral, but no. 2-0 trade for complexity, and Moo,
he's good.
He's good. Yep.
I mean, that was
an overextension
good for
after the
complexity,
smoke.
but that wasn't
DC.
like, it wasn't good enough, right? They
Yeah.
got 2 supports off of that. Weaver was not even close to that fight. Like, he was just pushing up that top lane, and that's all he really needed to do.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was good, but it's not good enough for
Yeah, what they need. I mean,
control the game.
Yeah, I mean, they're 3 kills up, but Goldgraph still up, 1,000 for DC, and that's just Resolution's he's just split pushing. He literally didn't even like hesitate to go to that fight. Like, I'll just keep pushing top tower, and took it down below half. Middle, Weehaw. Oh, Moo's in a little bit of trouble, and so is Limp and Weehaw. They're all in trouble, but Limp's somehow gonna go. He gets out of the fire. A swap back coming onto Chessie. Just trying to save his friend, and Chessie should, nice rolling boulder. They're gonna get the kill on him, I think. There it is.
And that's
a big fight.
The complexity needed. Now they're going to be able to take the tier 1 tower without much of an issue, except for maybe a ship landing onto them. And a torrent that almost kills Chessie. But that was the fight they needed. The problem's going to be is that we have to see them win a lot of these fights, just because they are so slow at taking objectives. But that was a good one. They can continue this kind of role. I think DC are getting a bit ahead of themselves. I agree that they should group up and they should try and get the initiation, but I think they're reaching a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
You know, like the smoke gank up the top lane, like the really aggressive movement in like past the tier 2, that's all fine, well and good, but when you've been off map that long and we haven't found anybody, the enemy team definitely knows.
Yeah.
So then them trying to like really like take the extra step and reach towards a gank on mid, because they're like, oh, our smoke gank, you know, we have to get something out of it. You don't, though. The pressure's not on you. The pressure is on complexity to make the plays. And complexity is actually playing rather composed, I think. They know their timing isn't right now. Their timing is like 20-25 minutes. That's when they'll get super aggressive and start focusing on taking objectives. But for now, they're going to let you make the mistakes because you're just trying too hard to actually set the tempo.
And look at this, like, Resolution has been playing pretty much single player. He's been pushing towers, all that. AAL, no vacuum.
So he went BKB first.
Yeah, I saw it. I think maybe that might be, he literally gets BKB and they try to fight into AA Zeus. And he takes no damage. Weehaw, if he positions right, doesn't. I mean, really a decent timing for him. But surprisingly, complexity is up 8-2. It doesn't sound like we're tying that way, but I mean, this is the single core strategy. We saw EG run at Manila's. It just failed them. Yeah, and it's hard for complexity as well. We're like,
the reason
they're winning right now.
We're setting this narrative is because this is
swap top though onto Swindle. Are they able to bring him down? A swap into stun. Resolution's here, but rolling boulder comes in. He's gonna throw an well. Okay. A wall. Looks like they will be able to probably pick off Misery more than likely. Zeus Soul comes out. Resolution goes back a little bit of damage. Kunkka throws a torrent. They just need to get out of here. And he has vacuum. Too late if he tries.
Oh, we got
There's
one.
That. Nice on Resolution. He's still getting away, but the rolling boulder's going to hit him. He is going down. That is perfect ganks coming out from Cole, but Yellow
what's happening?
Pushing bot.
I mean, I
don't know.
That's another scenario where they tried too hard. Like, Misery went for that gank, and the other two did not.
Yeah.
Like, you ignore the fact that whether or not you should go for that pickoff or whatever, just at least, like, act with one force, right? You need to act together. more than anything else. Like we've learned that lesson from MVP Phoenix more than anybody else. Yeah, right. It doesn't even necessarily matter if it's the right strategical move. If you just act as one, sometimes that's all you need to actually win. And there, they just had two very different mindsets where Misery thinks they can go for the Darkseer pick off, the other two don't follow through. The damage is slow. They don't actually even put the Darkseer in any real threat, so he just immediately turns on them, and then all of compLexity are able to capitalize on the kill and get a very big pickup on the Weaver, because we're talking about the BKB pickup is going to be a very important pick for DC to slow down compLexity's mid-game dominance.
Yeah. So, and Timber saw a split pushing that whole time bottom, just farming. Like, DC doesn't want to fight, but if they don't want to fight, I feel they should play a little bit safer while they're not fighting. But they're pushing up. Misery's going for some crazy out there kills on a mech Darkseer. And then, yeah, Darkseer's looking good now. Mana Boots, mech, blink. This is the perfect timing for him. Z-Freak, he doesn't need anything. He needs his ult and silence. That's all he needs to do to set up, and then AA. I mean, they have the quote-unquote wombo combo that they can keep setting up.
Yeah, they absolutely do, and
Jesse's down, but wow, he is Echo Saber Armlet. We assume Deso's next with his 2.3k. I would assume.
Yeah, for sure.
Else you get.
Especially since they need tower pushing.
Tower
anyway,
pushing,
so,
and just physical damage in general. Yeah,
it's good on Lifestealer anyway, and it has the added incentive of giving you some Roche taking potential as well as towers. So that'll help. This should be, now it kind of sucks because DC, they're split now because they didn't play well enough at 15 minutes to set a little bit of tempo, get some pickoffs, and get themselves a net worth lead before compLexity hit their biggest stride. Yeah. And then they also committed to the BKB thinking that they were going to contest compLexity for that 25-minute marker, but I'm not sure they can now. And the sad part is, if they're not able to do that, there are better ways to play this game. There are better item builds for them to play a split push game.
Yeah. Rolling Boulder in on stun on Misery. He's just gonna ulti on him. Weos here though. He's doing a lot of damage. They have the mech on Swindle though. They're just gonna kill Misery again easily. And Chelsea's gonna open with the vacuum out of the Timber Chain. He committed suicide, but that's getting that Bloodstone. He just got it, taking that down. That was a sick vacuum stop the Timber Chain.
Yeah, that was. Wow, very nicely timed.
compLexity is up so far. Now they're 2-11. Look at this. He goes for it all. Goes for Moo. He can't blink away because the Iron Stone. He's looking pretty dead. Wow. Ultra's playing perfectly right now.
Yeah, they are. He had no vision.
Top lane. Is he going to go for it? He's going to go for the tower still. Oh, no.
Doesn't get it.
I think he might have been scared of AA ult, and his team maybe didn't tell him it was down, because I think he could have got that tower and still got away, but he didn't, and I don't know. I feel DC's not playing correctly.
No.
I don't feel they're... Yeah, it's interesting, because... And if people are wondering, I mean, if compLexity wins this game, there's a chance of a three-way tie at the top between EG, DC, and Cole if DC somehow beats EG. I mean, compLexity's only lost one game still. It was a big one to FDL, but...
And that's the other three-way tie, right? Is that if EG take first, then there could still be a tie between Cole, DC, and FDL.
Yeah. That's correct, because I think FDL still plays...
They haven't played...
DC? No, they got beat. They played all the big teams, actually. They lost to EG and DC.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they show they're like a Shazam. They can take a game off one of the bigger teams, not consistently, but you never know when they can. And in a playoff bracket where just one game might matter.
Yeah, that would be the three-way, right?
Yeah.
compLexity beats DC, DC beats FDL, FDL beat Cole.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And then presumably...
If EG... so pretty much if EG lose to DC, no one knows what's going to happen. It's just going to be a cluster of something. And compLexity's looking to take this game. They are up 12-2, but still only 3,000 net worth, 3,000 gold. Wait, 3,000 net worth, 3,000 experience.
The ball is essentially in their court, right?
Now,
because they've got the net worth lead. They're reaching like one of their biggest peaks that they're going to have, where the Lifestealer is unstoppable in team fights. Yeah. And DC, I'm concerned that they're going to try and stop him and just get beaten down. And giant net.
Misery's just dead again.
Yeah.
We are actually trying to do anything. They're gonna catch him, and again they turn him out at Timber Chain. He has a 5-charge Bloodstone.
Yeah, compLexity are actually just gonna overpower DC now.
I wonder if we're ever gonna see more than 2 of DC's heroes in the same spot. We just haven't. I know they had team fight on Cole, which is going to beat theirs, but after a good start with the roaming Kunkka, they've just split pushed. All they've done is split push from 10 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like you needed to commit more to team fighting before, and then now you need to commit more to split pushing. It's just like the natural ebb and flow of when these two teams are their strongest.
Yeah.
DC were like pretty damn strong, like moderately strong at 15 minutes, but now going into 25, compLexity are, I think, unbeatable just because of the advantage you've given them. If they didn't have the net worth lead and you went this BKB build on the Weaver and stuff, I could say, yeah, I think DC could contest them for the right, the right towers, when you have the initiation with the Bat Rider and stuff. But
with a smoke gank going on, it's a 5-man smoke gank. They've kind of pinged random spots out, and they pinged right where DC's going right now, and they're just gonna get back.
Man, Cole are just playing this game like so safe. I love it.
And it is funny. DC has, like we said, they've been split pushing, and magically 5 heroes go off the map. They might find Dark Green though. Not the biggest target, but a kill here, and they're not even going to go for him. They can't under a tower, I don't think.
The Ice Blast, I mean, either way, even if it doesn't spot them out.
That's just Cole. I mean, Cole has seen it. They're like, wow, there's 5 heroes off the map for the first time in the game. We're just going to back up and go to our base, and it works. And Swindle has 3K. He is rich. For Zeus, I haven't even looked at him in a while. I'm sure Veil, Aether Lens, 1.6K. He does a lot of damage to everyone at this point now.
Yeah, this is where the Zeus gets really dangerous, right? Yes. When he has both of his damage items and he's about to pick up his next item. Now, I'm not sure what that is, if it's like Yules or if it's a mobility item.
A late Bloodstone. Well, it could be. Who knows? If they keep going, if they win one more team fight, he might actually think about it.
Either way, it's like, it's some sort of survivability item, no matter what, right? Yeah. And that just makes Zeus all the more dangerous, because then he's outputting crap tons of damage, and even if you get the initiation on him, you're unlikely to be able to stop him from casting all of his spells, and then you're likely to lose the fight anyway from there. So,
and we see, well, Cole, we said they had a bad Roshan team, and you can tell, because they literally have 2 people in the pit trying to do it, because they don't have any damage. And Kunkka's Torrents, does that spot him out? I don't think it does. He did it right. I don't think it did on the cliff, so they're just going to keep doing it, and it doesn't matter how slow you do it if they don't scout it out. They might know now, though, with the Zeus positioned over there. Yep, it's circled out by orange, I think.
Yeah, they're just like, okay, they're in Roshan. We can't fight them, and I agree. I don't think they can fight.
So look, because they're taking it so slow, like we said, Resolution is just going to split push in top and do a lot of damage to this tower. Or hit it once and get out. That's fine.
Wow. Oh man, Secret need escape.
Secret one, so yep, there's your Sports Center update from Cap here.
Yeah.
So they have one. If Secret wins a game, you'll be seeing them at TI6.
And if they fail, we're gonna have more tiebreakers.
All right, tomorrow though. So you don't have, if you're in Europe, you don't have to stay up till 6 a.m. Even though it might be already over there. I don't know. It's pretty late, right? I would assume it is. Uh-oh.
A little bit of
lag. Yeah, it's,
This Blink Dagger is super dangerous. Z-Freak that, like, this pickup makes the game so much harder for, like, Timbersaw, for example. We've already seen the problem where he gets rolled on by the Earth Spirit, and they're now given mobility. They need to pick off Hunskin. It's just the one they're going to have to take.
Top lane, we're going to see Brown actually getting taken. Yeah, they take it. They'll take it. Instant TP's out. They're like, back up to 6 Bloodstone. Cool.
You gotta take those picks at the top lane, because that's a lane you've already pushed in the most, where you're actually threatening the tier 3, and that's the best way to keep compLexity from 5-manning into your tier 2s. The problem is,
there we go, and he is instantly dead. But Z-Freak taking a lot of damage as well. Or can they do anything besides killing Z-Freak, which is a good trade for him at this point? Yeah. So maybe not the best gank. And look at that life switch took a lot. That's the Timbersaw. The pure damage, the insane burst is. And look at, they're still Resolution bottom, Socks at top. They just never have 5 heroes at once, and it pays off from there though.
Yeah, nor should they. They just keep going for the split push. Now the split push is going to be even more effective because we have a Desolator coming in for Resolution. Again, another tower he's not going to commit to, but at the same time, this really is, like, that playstyle right there at tier 2 here and at top lane, that is Resolution. If you guys don't know what Resolution is like, Resolution is probably one of the most stable players coming out of the CIS region. I was a huge fan of him, and he just never really took off with Empire in, like, any real roster when it came to the most important tournament of the year, right, in TI. This is him through and through. He is a stable player. As a mid, he was very stable. He was good at 1v1 matchups. He knew how to exploit it. And now, as a carry, he's moved that that more star power role to Weehaw, and we're seeing him sort of as that EG Fear.
Yeah.
Right. He's that version.
You just saw what Darkseer picked up? Just a straight up Scythe of Ice. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
That is really smart against
that is
the BKB Weaver.
And even the Timber. If they can instantly destroy either of those. If he gets the blink, and he hasn't shown it, if he just gets the blink, does it on Weaver, that Weaver's just so dead so quick. Yeah. Wow, Swindle found a lot of farm out of nowhere. He's third highest net worth.
Yeah, this is the way we kind of set up this narrative up for the game. I think strategically DC were at an advantage, but we're reaching to a point where compLexity, like DC made so many mistakes and compLexity played so well, they read the game so well, that they are getting so far ahead that they may just smash DC and we'll never see the, oh, they don't have high ground potential, oh, you're fighting into a Timbersaw Bat Rhino. Like, this game could just end really quickly based on the fact that compLexity are so far ahead right now. But.
Yep, and the Radiant good scan. It spots Handskin going out to place a ward now. Ult comes out. They know where everyone's at, and Resolution just TP's out. Gonna try, maybe they're just gonna try to straight up 5v5 push middle with the with Swindle's amount of farm. I think it's fine.
Now that's the downside of being stable, right? The stable play is to TP out of bottom because you know they have vision of you and you're not sure where compLexity are. But
pressuring,
yeah, because he did that, he's not pressuring that bottom lane. And compLexity almost immediately showed. Like, there was like 5 seconds and then they showed. If he just waited a little bit, he would have gotten a tier 2 at bottom lane. He would have gotten some objective and kept more pressure up. compLexity don't feel that pressure though because he's playing as conservative as possible.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like when we talk about being stable, it's a good thing, but it's not always what wins you games.
It's not a game-changing kind of thing.
That's why Samael's such an amazing player, right? He's not the most stable in the world, but goddamn, when he goes on, he solo wins games for you.
Yeah, exactly. And game-changing can be both good and bad. I mean, it changes the game. You don't know which way, but...
Yeah.
Are they smoke? No, they're just... They might smoke over here. There's 5 of them. Get stomped by Centaur. He has Pipe. Pipe, great. I think that was a good pickup on Timbersaw, if they ever use it.
Yeah.
Gem on Vengeful. It looks like they're just team dewarding, which is good. Soxa.
I think Digital Chaos keep on expecting compLexity to go for that Earth Spirit pick-off on one, and I think they're trying to punish that.
Yep.
But the truth is compLexity have been very much 5-manning for so long, and they have the correct read on the game, which is they're far enough ahead, they don't need to worry about pickoffs.
Yep.
They just need to worry about not losing a fight and taking objectives.
Yeah, and Swindle, they saw the bugs fly out, he blinked in, tried to vacuum the trees, nothing there, and both teams committing to 5-mans, but not doing anything.
So now it's Resolution's turn to push through the bottom lane.
Yeah. What does he go now? Does he still go maybe
a
a Lincoln's?
Lincoln's,
Yeah, I was thinking that. A lot of people like, oh, they already has BKB Grand Cap, that's stupid. But, I mean, if he ever gets blinked Scythe, he'll be like, I wish I had a Lincoln's, because that stops it. I mean, you get your Lincoln's, bro, and you just pop BKB after that, no one can jump on you.
Yeah, it really is the best way to deal with Weaver is to have the kind of skill set that forces him to go both defensive items, right? To have an AoE silence as well as single target silence. So neither BKB nor Lincoln's completely protects you. Otherwise, Weaver could take a lot of liberties with split pushing the lane because he knows he can always fall back, guaranteed. But against this kind of lineup, it's just not the case. Which means he's just going to be a lot. If he does go to Lincoln, then yes, he feels comfortable pushing out the side lanes. But at that point in time, maybe compLexity is 5-manning into your base, and you're not as effective in team fights because you're lacking damage.
Yep, and Chessie picks up his Assault Kyrus, so He is getting near the super good 5-slot items. I mean, later you get rid of Echo Saber and get some, but he is very strong right now. They just need super good lockdown, and we might see our first actual 5v5 fight, but both teams have avoided smokes really well this game.
I'm not sure if this is like complexity knowing DC so
They're
well.
just running like, I don't know what's going on. I feel Cole doesn't know they're behind him.
Yeah,
You can tell how they're running, and here we go. They're going to come in from behind, maybe. Uh-oh, Cole knows now. I feel they want to... No, they really don't. There's the ult. Now they show it to be a big 5v5. Swindle gets spotted out by Resolution, who instant BKBs. We can see Limp getting stunned. The Zeus on the back, but a good vacuum wall. Pasta, and we are just instantly dead. They're just dead. And Resolution's going. That's his sensing a BP. He just has to get out of there. I think Misery might go down here unless he TPs, and that... Wow, that's their gem. Did he see it? Or did he try to hide it?
In the tree.
I think he might have placed it down. Because I know he had it right then.
Yeah, it popped out inside, over to the lane though, and didn't stay in the trees, so that shouldn't stay out there for long.
Whoever made the call for Limp to ulti there probably won in the team fight, saying, well, we don't see anyone. We think we saw ping top. They might be top, and he's like, yeah, just ult, we'll see him. They saw him come in from behind. And yeah, so Moo couldn't blink if he wanted to. That was canceled. Now we see a blink in sight, but gonna bring him back. Vote, Torrent.
Resolution is present inside though.
They see him, yes. Swindle. He's good. Flame break, not quite enough. Gets
brought him back
up
again. They've got him. Oh no, the blink just before the Desolator hit.
They're still going in. Move brings back. Well, they get him. They committed 10 times to him. Yeah, they finally get it. But they're trying to go for anyone else. Hanskin's get a TP out, and are they good? Yep, they're just getting out. Well, they got a kill finally. That's good. Only lost a little bit of base tower damage.
So I was trying to decide. What I was kind of referring to is that does complexity know this team so well that they're 5-manning during this time where they're the strongest? Is it because they know DC are a team that likes to play rather proactively, so you know they know DC is going to try and fight into them, despite common logic saying you should just try and split push and take this late. Don't speed up the game by trying to fight. Do they just know that? Or is it the fact that, I think this is partly it, they feel comfortable with their lead, and they know when they try and push high ground, it's difficult, and they're also fighting into a team that punishes you really heavily, right? Timber a great high ground defender, Kunkka is too, but Kunkka also is one of the heroes that punishes you the most when you fail a high ground defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Because X marks the spot as really long range.
Yeah, him and Disruptor can just always do something like that.
Yeah, so I think they're just like, they're setting this game up where they're like, okay, we're good with our lead, we just need to grow this, and at the biggest possible peak, let's just ram into them and make sure there's no way we lose that high ground push fight, because that's where things start unraveling if you try and push too early.
Yeah, I'm sure both these teams have watched so many replays on each other. For a fact, I know these teams don't scrim each other, so it is all about replays and trying to figure stuff out, but it looks like Cole has a good call on this game right now.
I was really surprised when I heard that. Yeah. When DC told me, they're like, yeah, we only scrim European.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, does that include complexity? And they're like, no. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's correct. So they don't even scrim. I wonder, I think EG did the same, I would assume. No, they scrimmed American teams, just the lower tier teams.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Cole, not even sure. But right now, Hanskin, I like the 4-staff. I think everyone's like, why doesn't he have an Aghanims or a Midas? But they just want some sort of escape. Hanskin always, I think he just always buys 4-staff. Yeah. Another smoke gank here.
The combative thing.
This is the thing. They have... Oh, Zeus's ult's on cooldown for 40. We're going to see Moo. He's going to see it. He's going to blink forward. He's going to pull back Z-Freak. Ted's going to try to now run it. And Swindle, vacuum wall. He gets 5 of them. We see Resolution trying to bring anyone down. Is that going to hit anyone? No! The A ult misses everyone. They're going to try to kill Chessie. Toxic's going down, but the rum, like you said, is huge. We see Earth Spear going down. They jump out. Resolution still alive, though. Torn throws Swindle up in the air. He's so close to being dead. That Weaver should kill him. Nope. Resolution, he gets it. Kunkka goes down. Chessie taking a ton of damage. He's going to try to heal off Weeha. Nice 4-step away. Oh, my goodness. He just blew him up. That Bug's trying to kill him, but Moo! One shot. That was big, and Zeus kills Timber-san. That was a perfect play by Chessie.
Oh, and they even get Moo as well. He couldn't even blink away. That was so rough. Like, Chessie, actually, because he was able to bait that out so well.
Yep, and then he got the Echo Saber hit on the Weaver and just killed him right there. If they killed Chessie there, they might have been able to turn the whole thing. Instead, it is a 4 for 2, and they're going to get a Rosh in him. Wow. Whew. Chessie showing why he was, what, the 4th person to get 8k MMR? He just single-handedly that, like, 3 armlet toggles into killing the Weaver who came back on him. That's all he needed. And now Limp.
I mean, DC played that really well around the whole vacuum into Ice Blast, and Rezo, like, he was playing that whole in and out game, and it's just like towards the tail end of it. And I think that's ultimately, it comes back to, that fight looks different, right? If you don't have, what, like a 7 or 6 1,000 gold lead for compLexity at that point, right? If the 15-minute point had gone better for DC, that fight looks different because maybe Weaver doesn't get one shot like that. They kill Chessie, then, you know, Zeus is just an easy cleanup kill from there. Zeus is one of those kind of like heroes that he will die in a fight if your initial, like, if the initiation breaks your team.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, he's gonna pump out a lot of damage, but you're just gonna kill him eventually. And it felt good at the beginning for DC. Swindle, the AA almost everyone. The AA hit no one, and they still won that fight. Swindle had a pretty good vacuum wall, but they kited around the next for some time, but the BKB went down in resolution. He's just... And now that he's getting lower and lower BKBs, that's even worse for him.
Yeah, and DC have thrown out so many smoke ganks, and now it's all in compLexity's hands. Like, they can do a bunch of smoke ganks. I think they're getting to a point where I'm not rushed for them by any means. The Weaver did have to go Lincolns, so the damage is rather slow there. The Timbersaw is making item progression, but they're keeping up with their 3 cores. So I'm not rushed for compLexity, but I do think they should start, at the very least, like, take that tier 2 at top lane. You have the Aegis in your hands, so
and like you said,
just try and use this advantage.
Yeah, compLexity has all the smokes, and they're going for a smoke gang here. They know Purple's bottom. They don't know if he stayed there, but he has.
And this is the real test right now. Like, resolution, his stability, his conservatism. Is it going to pay off at this moment when compLexity are actually looking for him? And
smart. Throws the bug, so pushes the lane still. Yeah. And look at that. AL scouts out Limps there, but good play. Like, all these smoke ganks have actually... have we seen one successful smoke gank, really?
We really haven't. The teams seem to know each other's movements and timings very, very well.
Handskin.
I mean, like, all the smokes that DC did, it's not even like... I don't think there were that many signals that they should have known every single one of them perfectly, like compLexity did.
I think the one smoke gank that almost paid off was the DC one bottom, and then Limp just had the perfect ultimate, and it just failed. Timbersaw 4 Bloodstone charges. His mana regen is actually so low, like, compared to what I've seen other Timbersaws. The fact that he has a pipe and a Bloodstone is all, he actually doesn't have mana for those super long fights.
Getting close to his Shivas, but Swindle's on the other hand. He's already got his.
He's got that Anacite. He is so farmed. He is still 3rd behind the Weaver, but I feel his items are better than Weaver's. I mean, you have a Dragonlance Lincoln's BKB. He just doesn't do that much. Okay, top lane push. This is, I mean, they got to do something. They're clearly losing right now. Maybe go for something. They can somehow pick off Limp here, take a tower. Limp doesn't have buyback too. That's why he's playing so far back.
They got the successful scan though for the Bat Rider through the trees.
Yep.
So they're not going to get caught.
And they're teaming back actually. Maybe they think they're still up there. If DC all comes back, they could do some. Chessie throwing up in the air. They're just going to damage the tower though. They have the Aegis, I forgot. And they're definitely losing the tower more than likely with that Aegis up. That's the one good thing. Just have the Timber Blade. We're seeing ulti actually. Wait, they lost their action. I wasn't even watching. My bad, yeah. And instead, they're going to jump in. They're going to pull Swindle. This is the chaos they wanted. DC, but the jump out on Chessie. He's just going to go on Wea. Wea is most likely going down, but we have the Captain's Rough. Swindle goes down easily.
That Ruff's doing so much work.
He doesn't die. He literally just doesn't die. And Mood now coming in, but unfortunately, you're a Bat Rider. You're not doing any damage to Chessie. He finally goes down, but Resolution's back now. He has a Chrysalis. A couple of crits here could mean a kill. That he has the axe. He needs to use it before Rages. He should have used it immediately, knowing the Rage. But that is they just took a ranged Rax. Grant was camera work was definitely not on point at
it's
one
okay.
bit.
No, I think
The bigger fight was bottom.
Yeah, the bigger fight was definitely a fight. Like that, that determines everything. If complexity wins that fight, like that's the push that conceivably ends the game, or at least cripples DC to a point where nothing happened. Like the top lane push is purely just DC putting pressure on complexity, going, you have to come back, you have to come back, you have to come back, and Zeus almost killed Resolution off of it. He committed for the range tracks, got hit by the lightning bolts and Thunder God's Wrath combination. He was left like 100 HP. And so he was actually close to successfully defending, killing the Weaver, and then he TP's bottom and they push high ground with a buyback from Weaver. But
next win, Daedalus.
He's got to pop
more than
the
Monkey
Weaver,
King.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
I like that. You'd see a lot like, oh, Monkey King bar is more stable DPS. I agree. You get an Echo Saber double hit with the Daedalus, and you're instant killing pretty much anyone. And Weehawk didn't end up dying there, did he?
No.
Yeah, that, like we said earlier, the Captain's Rum is such a good spell. The boat, that saved him the entire time.
I almost feel like are we sticking? We're sticking with DC to have better late game.
Yeah, I am. I think DC. I mean,
it's just like the way complexity are playing this. It makes me question it, right? Because they're playing it so slow.
Exactly. And where do they go? So Darkseer's reasonably 6-slotted. The Lifestealer's literally 6-slotted. Besides maybe trading Echo Saber for whatever DPS item or heart you want.
Yeah.
And Weaver, does he have his Daedalus yet? Almost. He's probably saving buyback. Wow. Huh. Crazy. Well, I guess, you'd have to get a Monkey King bar in the Lifestealer if the Weaver gets, like, a next item Butterfly, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow. They take the first frag. That's so surprising after how well Complexity has been playing it, but the chaos. I think DC, they're handling the chaos and pressure a little bit better right there.
They should be going for another... I mean, seeing the way the Complexity has played this game so far, it does seem... Maybe this is issues that they made in the past, or maybe this has felt like this is a strength against DC, but they seem to be very much playing a very conservative, slow style with this game. And in that regard, I almost think it's too slow, but considering the pace that they've set so far, I think they're going to wait for the next Roshan, get that Aegis, attempt to go high ground again. Part of the problem with this is that you are you're pushing the game later and later. Like if you wait for Aegis, that's probably you're not pushing high ground before 50 minutes against a Weaver. That is a little bit dangerous, but there are certain things that, like the late game where you're talking about 6-slotted carries, there are some upsides to complexity that...
Wow. I was actually... He probably did not know Nyx was inside of him, but he just pushed the wave. Kunkka's doing a good job. I mean, your boat cooldown, super quick. He's just torning boating waves and keeping it pushed back. I think that's... He's playing that exactly right.
Yeah, it's... I didn't really think about that during the draft, but Kunkka is a pretty good, like, split pushing.
He can do it from so far away with Torn and Boat.
Yeah, it's like a safer version of the a couple of patches ago where we had Lena's as 4 positions, where you would have like players like Solo playing a super greedy 4 in the style of AUI.
Oh, middle lane, we could finally have another engagement. Looks like just Limp, Hanskin, and Z-Freak, though. Are they gonna... no. DC's probably thinks they're 5-man. If they were a little more aggressive, they might have been able to take him.
Yeah, if they had the Lifestealer inside of Earth Spirit, I think they take that fight then, maybe?
This is looking like Korok and Bulba, I think TI3, where the Nyx literally sat inside the Darkseer for 20 minutes. He's been in there since we saw him top. And, I mean, I guess he doesn't need farm, right? The only thing he's got to do is Echo Saber for maybe a Monkey King bar, I think.
Yeah.
It's the Weaver, but he's just chilling. It's always funny seeing what a team does after they lose a team fight when they try so hard to get him. Like, Complexity lost that bottom fight and lost to Rax, and now they're scared to 5-man, it seems like.
Swindles will deal with the push at top lane, but he really doesn't want to stray too far away from his allies.
Look at that. Torrent boat again, and then he TP's out. Top's pushed in. They're looking, and they scout everyone out, but nothing. Sorry. Radiant uses scan bottom for the rune. No one's there. Well, for the rune for a Roshan, I guess, but...
Did they use that last... Did they use the last Aegis?
You know.
No, they didn't, right? Because they pushed bottom, the lifestealers didn't die.
Yeah.
They didn't even use the Aegis. That is rough.
Whoa, that looked 1900. What's that? Like a purse? Or is that? No, it used to be.
I don't know.
900 each. No, but they lost 1900 worth on a chicken.
I don't know what Ben's hotkeys are for the courier, so.
Me either. I don't know what Coddle Guy's hotkeys are for the courier, so. Not that we're sharing accounts, that's illegal.
Yeah, we definitely wouldn't do that.
Yeah, we wouldn't do that. But, courier's down, that's one way. I still don't know, why can't you that should be a simple thing. Double click the courier death thing. You should show the courier.
Yeah, it really should.
But, we'll get optimal. Once a Reddit thread gets 3,000 upvotes for it, we'll be good to go.
Yeah, if you guys can go ahead and do that for us.
Yeah, use your power of
magical
being
Reddit
stupid.
powers.
That too, yeah.
Being stupid.
Power. I love the gas.
That is a pretty good superpower.
It is.
Reddit.
I must have a real strong superpower. Swindle, they're actually looking out. They're gonna find somebody here, no matter what. If it's just Soxa, that'd be great. They wanted somebody else, but they find him. Luckily, Orange gets away. Yellow still pushing top. They might think he TP'd away, and if he continues to split push bottom, that'd be super smart.
Cut the creep wave. Yep. Make it so complexity never have a hold on the lanes
up. They don't have the scan. Radiant used their scan last time for Roshan. And they take, man, Chessie does so much damage now, but I mean, Roshan can't kite him around like the Radiant can is the problem, so. And look at top lane. Oh, Resolution's pushing. Bottom's push. Let's see how quick. Are they not keeping back? What's going on? They have Glyph. Smart. Gets out of there.
I mean, Glyph Force, that's still a progression for DC. They know that they can potentially, if they have the right movement here, they can keep complexity from using this Aegis to push high ground by threatening the side lanes.
Yeah.
So, complexity are in this awkward situation where you either try and finesse it or brute force it, right? You either try and finesse it and catch out the split pusher, or you brute force it and just 5-man down mid, or you know, bottom lane or something. And you just go, I don't care if you're going to take a lane of Rags, I'm going to take a lane of Rags too, and I'm going to keep going. And from there, like, eventually you have to fight me.
Yeah. Swindle went back for the Lotus Orb thing, that's fine. I think Lotus Orb is good versus Venge at any point in the game. You just get a magical swap.
Yeah.
And who knows, could change a fight. Moo. Still farming pretty slow. I mean, he hasn't really farmed in the jungle because his Weaver has been. But, I mean, he can definitely get a lot. I mean, this is where we see DC, like, we favor him in the late game. They have so much more item progression they can get, and they just won the last quote-unquote fight.
Yeah. The only thing that really sets DC back a bit is that Timbersaw's, like, his because he's so low on Bloodstone charges.
Yeah, and he went a pipe second item.
And Ghost Scepter, If he had an Aghanims, like, that would be the late game, you know, damage dealing Timbersaw. But
is the Daedalus recipe was on the Weaver stream. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering, I was like, he has a lot of gold and buyback, but they're pushing the middle. Wow, so far nothing's happening. Purple's still just pushing towards the Weaver. You think he goes for the melee racks here?
Yes, I think he does. This is the brute force approach from complexity. I'm glad. I think they were trying to finesse it a bit too much.
Oh, someone BKB'd. We're actually going to see it's Moo, and he brings that Swindle. He can't get the initiation he wants. He still has mech. They're just trying to slow him down. They're trying to bait out that top rack. They're going to get it. Boat comes in. No one's going to die because of it. And Z-Freak's dead. Those double hits. Oh, cheese. Oh, I don't know if that was the best cheese usage for him. I mean, he doesn't die, but they might try to bring me down Soxa. He's doing it. Resolution's back. He killed that top rank. If they get Lind here, that's big. He has the Aegis, though, actually, not the Nyx. They don't even bring him down. Weaver goes back. D3 goes in, stun. Nice vacuum on the Resolution, and Chessie is now going to kill him, but a nice swap coming out of blue. And no one's going to die here, really. They're looking for anybody limp. Has the Aegis still so low, pushes Swindle to the side, Bug doesn't quite reach him, and Lotus Orbs himself, and they're just going for bottom. This is good play right now by complexity, just holding him all back while Chessie does all the damage. Weaver finally gets his Daedalus. Limp still has the Aegis. I mean, they can kill him here.
Oh, next dodge with the Glimmer King.
God, yes. And Resolution lost all his life. Soxa is definitely dead here. They go for anyone. They just take the racks, and we all like, wait, we're losing the game right now. Limp. They pulled it back so far. Oh, they should have probably took him all the way to the mountain, but they're just worried. They need to try to get him here. Nice. They stop him from trying to do anything. He's still Glimmer caped up. Gets Force Staff by Hampton. There's that Force Staff coming into play. Ulti. So much damage. Swindlemelon's lying on the backside. No crits from Resolution. He's now going for a Limp. Chessie's here. No. Oh, my God. the Veil and the nukes, and he's dead now. Zeus finally dies. They don't get it. The Weehaw just gets 1K critted by Chesty. He's trying to run away. They get the stun. He's dead finally.
Finally killed him. That's his very first death.
Are they still chasing? It looks like they are. They're gonna. Do they have anything? Maybe Moo can catch him. Maybe Weehaw. He has Blink up though in 1. He should be good.
Too tough.
Yep. Oh, Flame Break. He got
him!
Flame Break. Oh my God, he's dead.
Yeah,
Swindle, you are not lead. You're not. I don't know how you live.
Well played by Moo.
Wow. But they lose 2 sets of. Well, they lose a set of racks and a melee bottom. But DC taking that fight with the Aegis in tow.
Yeah. That's the difference, right? Is that the Aegis was a very big reason. In fact, it was the fact that they couldn't kill that Zeus that first time around where he got super low.
Yeah.
Because every single time from there, you wanted to kill Zeus, but you couldn't commit, right?
Yeah.
Because you knew he had a second life.
Yeah.
So that was actually such a big problem. The Aegis means a lot for these fights, for complexity. So it does mean that the next fight is going to be a whole lot rougher. They're not going to be able to just like 5-man to top and take that third lane of racks.
Yeah.
So the game is still going to draw out a bit more. DC are going to get a little bit more in items. We won't see any progression from our lifestealer. These are all things that we've talked about. It just comes down to can complexity with another Aegis push that last lane of racks and close out the game.
Oh, there's the Ags on AA. I think that's actually one of the few items Cole could get that makes their team fight that much better, but finally the last tier 2's gone.
Yeah, there's just no progression for Weehaw.
Yeah,
if he had an Ags in these fights, like their damage output.
Yeah, and just
be
kiting
so much
ability
better,
too, because it seems like everyone just can move around on complexity without like the Glimmer case has been really good from complexity. I think it's who is it? Has it been who has Glimmer Cave? Oh, it's been Z-Freak. He's been putting Glimmer, like that Glimmer dodge you said.
Yeah.
Z-Freak has been just playing amazingly with his force taps and that.
Yeah, that was really important because if that magic missile hits, they kill him with Chakram from long range without committing anything, and then they can use the Firefly in full commit to kill Zeus on life number 2. It's okay to commit to kill the Zeus, you just can't do it if you know he's going to be able to come back to life with the Aegis, so.
Ultimate Lamb scouting out if they're doing anything funny. I mean, he has Octarine, he has a Refresher now, just picked it up, so I think he's probably, every time his ult's up, he might just use the scout now, which is smart.
Yeah, just keep scouting until Roshan is up, and then you'll obviously want your ult up then, but you're gonna play around Roche if you're complexity.
Well, complexity, or DC, almost taking the lead in experience, but gold, they're still down about 12k. A lot of that on Swindle. Swindle getting picked off by, well, almost picked off middle by Moo, which allowed Resolution to take that last top racks was big. But they still got the racks, and they're just brute forcing, and maybe they're going to try to do it again.
I'm trying to think of
There's
really no reason to be like from our perspective. There's no reason, I think, for them to try and 5-man push without the Aegis.
Yeah.
Just because we know Weehaw's progression in items has been slowed down enough that you have a few minutes, right? If they were in danger of like Weehaw getting an Axe and still having buyback, then yeah, maybe you push right now. But
there's the ult scouting out again. I think DC's so well. Now they know the ult's down. It looks like purple. Resolution's like, hey, let's go top. They can't scout us out now. It's like they might be. Do they have a smoke? There it is. This is, and look at Cole's already backing. Oh, excellent. Oh, 2 tomes, so Ancient Apparition will be level 16 now as well. Or wait, he'll be a little off.
DC don't have a whole lot of buybacks too, so it's a little bit surprising that they're so willing to push out right now. But I guess if they win the fight, they probably take control of Roshan or force some buybacks, and that at least keeps them from the brink, right? They're on the brink right now, where they lose one more fight and it's kind of game over.
Yeah. And yeah, they're content. They smoked. They said, well, at least we gave it a good honest try, and complexity will go back to farming, waiting for that Roche.
This is such a fun matchup to watch because complexity. Like I really keep emphasizing this because I think it's important to the narrative of how these two teams are matching up against each other. But complexity have played this like ultra conservatively where they don't risk anything. And it's worked out for them because DC in the mid game, they tried to fight into complexity. Like maybe they didn't expect so much 5-man or what have you, and that worked out. They got a net lead, and now they're continuing that very conservative play style because they know they're far enough ahead because of those plays from earlier that they can afford to not really worry about farm efficiency or anything like that. They don't want to give up the free pickoffs to a Kunkka Bat Rider, so they just stay 5-man at all times.
Yep.
And it would be so much fun to see this full best of 3 play out if it was that, just because of the fact that you would. Like, how would the playstyles didn't change to that? Would DC try and play more of a farming game and stop trying to contest complexity as much because they were playing so conservatively, or was that just the hero matchup?
Yeah.
How much of this is the matchup of the heroes, and how much of this is the matchup of the team?
Oh boy, and a double damage rune picked up. That is like the best rune you could have right now. Roche is up. They're looking to take. He just used Swarm.
He wants to fight yellow.
Oh my! He's sheeping for. He's most likely going to die. He tries to get away. He's trying to get to his team, but he is going to die. They should get this Roshan though, which is, I guess, good. We have buyback. Misery needs to take that cheese and get the hell out of there.
Yes.
Oh,
Misery, you're not fast enough.
and they just gave away a free cheese. And he put the gem down to pay up the cheese, and he lost both of them.
Wait, he used the cheese?
No, the cheese on the ground. Z-Freak just got it.
Oh.
He put down the
didn't
gem
pick
and
it up
couldn't
in
pick it
time?
up, and Moo's trying to run away. This could be. He has an abyssal now on Chessie. That's what he sold. Just an abyssal. And blinking away. Moo should be fine, and Resolution does the right thing. Goes top. They know they can't 5-man push from Cole if Resolution's taking their base. He can almost take their base quicker than they can.
Yeah. Man, I think that's worth it.
Yeah.
If they get the cheese.
Yeah, let's see. Who did Z-Freak give it to? Is it on AA? Probably. Yeah, it's on AA.
Yeah.
Waiting to hand it off to somebody. Yeah. It looked like Misery didn't know what to do, so he dropped his gem and then died, and then didn't get the cheese or his gem, obviously. Wow. No, another. Oh man, if they just got out of there quicker, if they made up their mind, they're like, okay, we killed Roshan, run to the right and TP out, that would have been. They would have been fine with losing Weehaw, because Weehaw cannot.
Yeah.
Weehaw's had a rough game.
Yeah, because they didn't lose. I mean, it sucks. He's still not going to get it back, but like they didn't lose anything objectively.
Yeah.
For Timbersaw's death, and they gained something, right? They gained agents.
Yeah.
Like that is. Like, this late into the game, that is an objective, right? Getting an extra life means a lot in these team fights. At the very least, it means you bought yourself 5 more minutes where complexity is not into you.
And here we go. They find Weehaw again. Oh, but a nice play. He loaded towards himself, but at least they hold him in place, and they get the kill on Darkseer. Weehaw is AA ulted, though. A few more hits, and he's just dead. He might possibly dead. We see a BKB on the backside. Is Moo going to be able to get away? He blinks off. Doesn't take any magic damage. But Teal getting chased down by Z-Freak. Nice dodge as a bowler. The Moon Meander side, he's dead. You are getting abyssal. 4-step forward, doesn't matter. Oh, and because he went for the save, he's gonna die. Any buyback. Both have buyback. They have to do it right now, right?
They have to go throne. Tier 2 is up at the top lane, so complexity, if they want to stop this resolution push,
Yeah.
the most efficient way is just to go tier 4s.
Yeah, and we have to see some big plays coming. If Resolution know he's TPing back, he's like, uh-oh, my team might lose here. We see if both Lip gets taken back. This would be a huge kill to get him. Lotus Orb does get back on him. Chessie's now trying to kill. He bashes Resolution first hit, doesn't have to use Abyssal. Weehaw's trying to use any sort of spells, doesn't quite do enough damage. They easily kill the Kunkka. Z-Freak still has the cheese he can hand to anyone. Weehaw's dead again, and he still has buyback. He's gonna have to use it right there, and they're just gonna go, yeah, like you said, for the throne. Z-Freak dies, buys back. Resolution AA ulted. He can't even heal. They kill Misery, and they are looking to take this game. Resolution. Chessie gets pulled.
Oh, we got the last elite!
Oh my goodness, so what a play! Like, oh my, Swindle just saved him. Limp still probably gonna go down though. Weehaw, okay, if Weehaw dies here, yep, and that is his buyback death. He is gone. Chessie
no
just has to take it, and
Resolution just can't do this alone. Chessie's just gonna go straight for the throat. This is over.
yep, and oh my, it's Moo. Well, it's not over yet. Okay, Resolution. These AA ults have made it so Resolution can't heal this whole fight.
Yeah.
And there's a good game.
Far out of it.
I think Swindle's vacuum saving the Aghanim's lasso or whatever from Moo might have just won that game, so 2 people didn't get fountain. That was a good game. Like you said, if this was a best of 3, that would have been a good start. Like you saw complexity, the defensive. Let's sit back. Let's just play our good safe game and single core. I think we both chose DC to win this game after picks. So
Yeah, that was. I think it was just really cool, and the reason is like how much of this is playstyle of heroes, how much of this is playstyle of the teams knowing each other. Does compLexity know the fact that DC, will always try and go for the pick off?